Hello everybody, it's your old buddy Pete. Today I'm going to give you some tips on assembling the Craftsman M220 lawnmower. This tutorial also applies to the M110. After pulling it out of the box, the directions say to extend the handle. It's tempting to believe that means to unfold it. Take a moment and turn the mower on its side and you'll see the handle sticking out through the bottom of the deck. It can't run this way because the blade can't turn. When they say extend the handle, they want you to pull out these bolts and pull the handle out. Once the handle is extended, the blade is free to turn. When it first comes out of the box, the bolts are inserted into these holes. The new insertion point will be these holes. I want to make a recommendation. I'll start off by saying that what I'm about to tell you is unnecessary. You don't have to do this. When lawnmower handles break, they're very difficult to fix. So much stress is put on these handles during mowing. Braces don't work. If the handle breaks, you need to replace it. Years down the road, 5, 10, 20 years down the road, I want to have the option to swap out the handle without destroying the surrounding plastic. By adding a little grease during assembly, changing out the handle will be much easier if and when that time comes. When putting together the carriage bolt and wing knob, you may wonder which side the bolt goes in, or if it even matters. It does matter. The square part of the carriage bolt will eventually sit in this rectangular seat. It makes sense once you're on the home stretch and you start to cinch it tight. You'll notice I put grease on this too. Grease is unnecessary. I have a hunch that someday rust will be an issue. I want the option to take this stuff apart later. I also want it to last a long, long time. I have yet another unnecessary detail. After extending the handle, there are holes under the deck where we pulled out the handle. Once you start mowing, these will be filled up with grass. When you mow on a wet day, debris will get wet and stay wet. I predict rust will be an issue. Cut up a plastic cup, roll up the plastic, and stuff it in there like a cork. If you don't have a plastic cup, use some plastic wrap. It won't waterproof the area, but plastic won't wick or retain water like yard debris. Essentially, we're trying to avoid rust. Don't forget to add oil. There's a big yellow sticker over the pull start to remind you. I have some advice about oil. I don't buy oil. My younger brother buys it in bulk and I borrow from him. I have an oil bottle with a clear window stripe that I write down all the details about my different gas-powered toys. My weed whacker, trolling motor, chainsaw, hedge trimmer. If it's a gas mix, I write down the ratio. In the case of my new lawnmower, I write down how much I need for an oil change, 15 ounces. Someday, I'll go to my younger brother's house, get 15 ounces for an oil change. I'll show you how to put the frame and bag together. The bottom of the bag has hard plastic which is designed to sled across the grass. The handle on the frame will be located on the top of the bag. That may help orientate the bag and help you find where the frame goes. The frame goes inside the bag. When you put the bag on the mower, you may notice that this cable gets in the way. This is an issue with the M220, not the M110. This cable will get in the way over and over and over for years to come. Take a shoestring and tie it out of the way. Just make sure that the cable isn't in front of the hot exhaust pipe. One last thing, and this is something I do for nearly all of my gas-powered toys. I buy a kit, which includes a carburetor, an O-ring, fuel line, air filter, and sometimes they throw in a spark plug. Buying these things piecemeal is way more expensive than buying them in a kit. Also, as the years go by, replacement parts for different machines are tougher to get. I order them as soon as I buy the machine. I write down on the box what machine it's for, the date that I bought it, and tape the receipt to the box, and then put it on the shelf.